Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda Elfar, and I would like to discuss with you the design development process for the Forest Medical Center. This medical center is located on a two-story building on Barrie, Ontario, and it's designed for two different medical types of facilities. So we have a regular medical clinic and a holistic side as well. Um, the suite is 376 square meters in area with an adjacent 68.62 square meters healing garden that we have also incorporated in the design. So, for the clients, Dr. Janet Smith and Dr. Doug Jacobson are well established doctors that each specialize in different forms of medical care. They're collaborating to create one of the first facilities of their kind, blending the science of traditional medication with spiritual and holistic approaches towards mental health. They are also looking to establish a new business in a medical building centrally located within Barrie, Ontario. Because this concept is very new, they wanted to retain a professional interior designer, so us, to shape their new space and create an identity. They want the space to feel comfortable for their patients, and they want to ensure they create an image of being compassionate, knowledgeable, and forward thinking. So, with that said, the concept development stuck to the holistic approach and looking at the nature versus nurture towards patients and clients and how we can incorporate that with the design. So, starting with that, really wanted to think about the healthcare aspect of it and how patients feel in a space. So, the wellness included with the environment, connecting again to that nature. But more specifically with the nature, I went with an idea of focusing mostly on the idea of a tree and the colors, which you will see throughout the design. Um, and that kind of creates that sense of the calmness and along with wayfinding through the space. So my party diagrams here help me to create kind of a flow and a movement of the 2D space planning in this design of the healthcare facility. However, some things did need to be altered from my party diagram, so they're not completely exact to get that complete flow while allowing for all of the spaces to be included for the programming. But with the bubble diagram, this gives a better idea of how I wanted the 2D space planning to go um, while maintaining a flow and entry to all of the spaces in the rooms required. So my preliminary space planning needed to be adjusted from this point. So going from here, I've reached the final space planning to create a flow in the space and to be able to get through every room calmly and easily. I know that's one of the hardest things in Medicenter care, that people get confused, and I wanted to make that as easy as possible to not have that be a problem for the patients and even the workers in the space. The reflective ceiling plan includes a lot of lighting, which is so important in Medi centers. You need to be able to see properly and clearly, of course, in these kind of facilities. Here are the ideas for the lighting that I'd like to use throughout the space. So a lot of it is an abundance of the recessed lighting. It's going to be flush throughout the ceiling, so it's going to create that modern lighting look, and there will be a lot of them with a soft light, so it's not too intimidating, too flustering with the brightness, but enough that you could still see clearly. The rest of the lighting is more used as decorative purposes and kind of creating, still going with the concept. I kind of thought more branch like, so I wanted that linear uh, lighting. Here's a proposal for the elevation. Everything is quite simple. I wanted to, again, go along with not making anything too busy or too hectic in the Medi Center. And here are a couple 3D sketches that kind of give the idea of the space, but for more clear of those sketches, I went to do them in my rendering software to get a full idea. So here we're looking at the large therapy room. It looks on towards the healing garden. I wanted to expose a lot of windows and expose the healing garden as much as I can in any of the rooms possible. Because again, going to that concept nature versus nurture, I wanted to incorporate the outdoors into the indoors. With that said, I also wanted to do that with the finishes. So I'm using greens, I'm using natural tones, and white to keep a little bit of a modern, clean look, and a lot of wood purposes. Kind of going back to that tree idea. And in this room specifically, I use the bulkhead to be green, like the leaves of the tree. The base is the natural wicker, the walls, and the ground is that wood. So kind of in that transition if you're imagining that tree. Here we're looking at the reception and waiting room. Again, I wanted to keep all of those windows exposing as much natural light as possible and keeping the waiting area as bright as I could because I know not all of the rooms were able to have windows in the space. So I want the patients to get all of that natural sunlight and be exposed to that as much as possible. Again, the colors and finishes are quite neutral, still keeping with that wood, but still using kind of a neutral white or cream tones. The rest of the finishes for the place incorporate, again, a lot of wood. The flooring is laminate, easy to clean, very durable in medical facilities. And I wanted to keep that white varnish oak color, and that's consistently throughout the entire space. The overall wall and ceiling colors, if otherwise not noted, is that snow white, keeping that modern, clean look in the space. White also tends to have an opportunity to open the space up a little bit, where opposed to dark colors that would make it feel a little bit more tight and closed. Any bulkheads that I did, I was keeping consistent with that tree idea, so they were going to be this spring leaf green color. And then kind of along with the same idea, a gray turquoise for the cabinets, and the countertops, keeping them as a white with a gloss, again with that clean, crisp look. So hopefully the clients are very interested in this concept and we can go ahead with the construction hopefully soon. But otherwise, we will have to speak with them and see if we need to make any alterations. But I am hoping for the best with this idea. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.